Welcome to How the Blink by What the Blink Entertainment, and this is How the Haunt. So this week we are going to try some stuff new, try different segments, and see if you guys like it. If you guys do, please comment below and let us know. So before we get started on How the Haunts, we are going to talk about the news in the entertainment world, and then we're going to talk about news in the What the Blink world. So we're going to start with Jackson with the news in the entertainment world this week.
For our first update, this was a few days ago. This one was posted about 5 days ago, actually. So I'm sure a lot of people have probably heard or seen in like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all over the place, or Google. There's a little incident that took place with a guy from North Carolina who got charged for generating AI music and making about $10 million worth of royalties on it. So basically, this guy, he was 52 years old, living in North Carolina, and he was charged with stealing royalties by using artificial intelligence to create fake songs and generate fraudulent streams on music platforms such as Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube Music. On September 4th, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams filed charges against Michael Smith, accusing him of orchestrating a scheme that fraudulently earned him $10 million in royalties from popular streaming platforms. How crazy is that, dude? He made $10 million off of that. Just from you using AI and posting it on all those different platforms. That's wild.
And the fact that they took it down because it was AI, like as if an AI robot's going to claim all those royalties.
That's crazy that they claimed it as stealing royalties. It's like, who are you stealing it from in the first place? Because if we're being real here, like he put it all together and he's the one who put it out there. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing.
It makes me think of like YouTube doesn't flack you if you make a bunch of accounts and then subscribe to a bunch of people. Right? Because that's part of free speech. So I'm wondering, like, if that would still be part of, like, free speech and free media, right? I really want to see if this, like, goes to court and stuff like this. Like, I feel like that would be a really interesting, like, fight.
I don't know. I mean, it goes a little bit deeper, though. I mean, it says Smith allegedly used AI to produce hundreds of thousands of songs. Hundreds of thousands? Holy cow. Which he published on multiple platforms. He then used automated accounts or bots to artificially inflate the number of streams. The U.S. Attorney claims that Smith began his fraudulent operation in 2017 by creating thousands of automated accounts programmed to continuously stream the AI-generated songs. He also purchased a large number of email addresses and recruited individuals, some based overseas, to create listener accounts on various platforms. Hundreds of thousands of songs with AI. In 2017,
got the fraud from the fraud probably came from the bots.
Yeah, that would make more sense. But how is he making hundreds of thousands of songs starting in 2017? I mean, AI wasn't even that good in 2017 at all.
You got to catch up, Jackson.
Dude, I'm so far behind.
I guess like regular AI, right? But like if you code it right, you can make computers pretty much do anything. Like
true.
They did that back in the 80s with the songs on all of the NES and all that. So like it just probably took him so much more time and he just coded it all. I'm wondering if he's just a really good coder. Well, yeah, so that's really interesting news. And we'll probably get into more of that at a later date once we get more like information. And I think once it gets like bigger and bigger, because I feel like we're gonna get more and more AI news as time goes on. But let's switch over to Brandon for this week's news for What the Blank.
So, What the Blank has recently started another new project to coexist with our video editing services that we just recently launched last month. By popular demand, we are now custom making logos. And we're advertising that service to both American and Indonesian audiences. Really, anyone around the world who has access to our website has access to these services. And it's kind of booming. Me and Braxton are the ones making the logos. Gallery of some of our recent products over the last 2 weeks are now on our website, available for you to look at. And it's just a small taste of what we can do. So if you'd like to check it out, or you are in need of some expertise logo extraordinaire, we got you covered.
Yeah. Go check us out at whattheblink.org for more information. If you want to get a custom logo, go there or contact us at whattheblankentertainment@gmail.com. So yeah, all right. Now back into How the Haunts.
Bam, bam.
Okay, so what is oh my god.
Bump, bump.
It was Jackson's delayed reaction, like, what am I doing with my life?
So yeah, we're going to talk about haunted houses and just how it's really important to the entertainment world and how it kind of brings all aspects of entertainment together, truly. So both Brandon and I have worked at haunted houses for years, like a long time.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of experience with it, and I've had a lot of experience with management inside of a haunted house too, and it's really interesting how haunted houses just like go up and go down within 3 months, and it's about 3 to 5 months of the year.
Not just October, like a lot of people think. It takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah, and usually they start in making them in June and July, and then August is when they start hiring actors, and then September is usually when they just do weekends because people like going to haunts on the weekends in September, and then October is their busy season, right? That's when they're up, and then now a lot of haunted houses are going to the first week or second week of November, which I think is really interesting that they're like stretching that time more and more.
It is interesting. I kind of like it though. There's also some haunts. I used to work at Myers Inn in Missouri, and they did an experiment for a while, a couple of years. It's the largest haunt in Missouri. Like, it's huge. It's literally an old inn, like a hotel that they transformed into a haunted house.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it's huge. And they did experiments where they'd open every Christmas and every Valentine's, and they their goal was to hit every main holiday and kind of do like a year-round haunt in that way. I don't think it worked. It definitely had a lot of morale draining and exhaustion on the people doing it. It's very hard to maintain large actors at good quality all year round. But I know some haunts also since then have caught on to that trend. I know they're not the first, and I know they weren't the last to try to make that attempt. So it's interesting to see how people do that.
Yeah, and one thing that some haunts are doing to like stay up all year round is actually they do escape rooms outside of haunt season. Castle of Chaos, which we're actually gonna go and do the news. We're gonna do a media day up there pretty soon, which I'm really excited about.
Shout out to Carter for the invite.
Yeah.
Same guy that you all saw here. Our first year of business, we did the promo for him at his frontline show, now performing Castle Chaos. Go check it out. It's amazing.
How they stay in business is they change their haunt into an escape room every year, and so it really just makes it change every single year, and it has that like fluidity. And I think more and more haunts are starting to do that, and I think it's going to benefit a lot of that stuff because it's truly bringing in all aspects of entertainment with music, with light design, with even like escape rooms and acting, right? Where haunts are kind of this like jumbled thing where they're not just one form of entertainment, they're kind of their own form of entertainment because they're an amalgamation of all entertainment.
Yeah. What experience do you have with haunts, Jackson? Do you go to haunts? Have you been in a haunt?
Yeah, I actually
Do you haunt?
Yeah, I actually used to work at one long time ago when I was a teenager. It was out of my hometown when I was living in Missouri, in Gallatin, Missouri. It was this tiny little dinky haunt thing that it was actually kind of cool. I mean, it was like really the only place in that whole area within like an hour radius that was a decent haunt. I mean, there isn't really anything else besides like maybe something at an elementary school or something like that. They weren't that great, but this place was, I think it was an old rundown building that they turned into a little haunt. And I had the privilege of working in it for a season. I was really only there for like, I think 3 weeks. And I was in this one room. I don't remember what they called it, but it was some sort of like graveyard room or something. And I basically the only thing that I had to do was step behind this like tatted up curtain, and I would just jump out and scare people. So I did that for like 3 weeks. But I've been through plenty of haunts. I've been through a lot of different things. There's a lot of haunts that I want to go through. That are pretty popular, especially up near Salt Lake City. There's that one in that giant building that's really big. People love it. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Fear Factory. Yes. Yep. I want to go check that one out either this year or next year. But yeah, like I've been through a lot of different haunts, and even down here in St. George, there's a place called Staley Farm. They do all these different activities during spooky season, starting I think it actually starts up here in the next like week or so. They're going to start doing activities, but they have this thing called zombie paintball, which is actually kind of cool because you get in this giant monster bus and you're driving down this huge trail in this cornfield, and there's a bunch of zombies. They're really just people in paintball suits, but they're these zombies that come running out and jumping out of like behind corners and stuff, and you just shoot them with these paintball guns. It's really fun, and you're just shooting them out of this this monster bus. It's really fun. But they also have a bunch of different haunts that they set up every year, and they're pretty good. I mean, I don't really get scared that easily in a haunt, but I like going to them just for the thrill of it, just because it's fun to go through and you get to see like what they're doing with it, and it's fun to watch other people get scared. But yeah, I've been through plenty of haunts before, and it's fun.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you.
Dude, kudos to those guys who volunteer to go get shot at all night long.
That would be a crazy job. Literally just to get paid to get shot by a paintball gun.
Yeah.
Because I've gone down to Staley Farm. I mean, I think I've been down there at least once every, let's see, for like the last 4 years. I've been there for their haunt thing. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I think it's really interesting how we like bring all the different entertainment, like paintballing. Who would think that like you would add paintballing to a haunted house experience, right? Like, or now like what I said earlier, they're making escape rooms that are haunt themed that like And then also like touching haunts have gotten so popular.
Oh yeah.
Like it is
Mhm.
insane. Asylum 47? I think that's the
I
one.
think it's 49 or 6.
No,
Yeah,
49.
it's in Tooele.
Yeah, so Asylum 49, it is so it is the number one like most physical haunt in the United States. So literally you
I thought that was
separate.
still. I thought McKinley Manor was still the most extreme haunt.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, McCaney Manor is one of those haunts you have to sign like 20 different waivers for.
I thought they outbeat them this last year.
I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
I just
I
saw
don't
a
think
video
anyone's
on it.
died at Asylum. And McKinley Manor is an all-night thing. You have to do like, I think it's like a
True.
24-hour thing.
Yeah, you do like that big challenge. They send you through multiple different levels and stuff. And apparently nobody's actually been to the real manor because apparently no one's ever made it to that point from what the owner was saying. Yeah, but it sounds pretty terrifying. Like it's straight up just snuff torture.
Yeah, like they'll drown you, they'll beat you, they'll like put bugs on you. Like there's no safety precautions really by what I've seen on the documentaries that have been on it. There's a ton on YouTube about it with the owner talking as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You guys should definitely go check out all the videos. Not you two specifically, but the viewers. Go check out like all the videos about it. It's pretty interesting to watch. I would never do it, but there's someone out
That's
there who
even a
would.
bit extreme for me. But hey,
Yeah.
if you want to hire me, I'm free this season.
But like what I'm saying though is like it's gotten so crazy that like people literally are getting tortured, like are paying to get tortured. You know, like it is insane to like see how it's gotten to that point where they are literally torturing you, locking you up, like some places even like choke you and like and all these things just for entertainment, just like for that thrill of like
It's
almost
the
dying.
American mentality. We need that toxic attention.
I think it's more. I feel like it's more the entertainment for the workers rather than the actual people going through it.
I know. As like John said on one of our last videos, he talked about how it's his therapy, and I'm like, yeah, you're pretty accurate on that, because like it's very therapeutic for me too, where it's like I can get out my like inner rage, inner like aggression without it like really pointed towards anyone. It's pretty awesome when you just get to like be in their face and really just get that anger out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so why do you think haunts are so popular? Like, why do you think they become this popular in this like during this time of year, and why do you think they're like good sustainable businesses even though they're just a seasonal business?
I would say because people like the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, probably just the adrenaline rush and like the night of like knowing you're still safe, but you have the element of surprise. I also think more countries need to adapt to this because like so far it seems like it's mostly like American thing. Like when I was at Thailand, they did have one like haunted house that was like 2 rooms, and that was pretty unique for them. But and then here in Indonesia, it doesn't look like they have anything like that. So, which I mean, like Halloween now is kind of just an American thing, and it's dying anyways in America. But like, I wish it would revive and be worldwide as it should be.
You should start one up over there in Indonesia. Assuming
really
you
fun.
killed.
Yeah, just do the scary stories that we talked about.
There you go.
And just do all the
Make them into a room.
Yeah, because the thing is, I feel like so many people would go to like see their favorite folk tales. You know, it's like with us with our favorite like scary movies, right? Like I love seeing Freddy Krueger um at
Oh yeah.
different haunted houses because I like to see how they adapt his story from the movies. You know, it's the same thing. I feel like that's another thing too is in the 80s there was the popularity of scary movies, right?
Hmm.
And and I feel like a lot of the haunted houses took that hype of that and just amplified it by adding their own stories to it, by making it come to life, right? I feel like a lot of people love those things that come to life for them because then they feel like they are part of it, right? It's that desire of being a part, right? That FOMO um, type of feel.
Mhm. And some of them go crazy. Like I remember I worked. It's funny. Braxton brought up Freddy Krueger because I got kind of cast trapped as Freddy for 3 or 4 years. I still do. Like I can get in any haunt playing Freddy Krueger still in the Utah area, but I can't get hardly any other role. Um, but like some people like really fangirl over like a lot of those main faces. Like Freddy had a decent amount. I actually covered for Jason a couple times. The same year, the first year I got into Freddy, I covered Jason during the weeknights, and then I was Freddy on the weekend. So I could save my voice because Freddy's a really heavy talking character, and our Jason was only available on the weekends. And I mean, it's kind of funny because I'm not exactly a tall person, and you need a really tall
Yeah,
person to play Jason. But people would stop, like you'd be chasing them as Jason, and they'd stop and like totally like want a selfie or have a fangirl moment or just want to touch you for a minute because like of the like Braxton said the FOMO and it's like real life and like it's your chance to pretend. And so like as Jason amongst any other character I played, Hollywood or made up, he gets so much attention. I'm jealous of Jason as like a human being.
yeah.
That's crazy. Dude, I've always wanted to go down to Zach Bagan's haunted museum. That's one place I've always wanted to go check out.
Best museum, best attraction on the planet Earth today. I cannot recommend it enough. I've gone there once. It's the best place I've ever spent money the entirety of my life. Everyone should go at least once.
And that just also reminds me of like
Not sponsored either. Like, just do it.
it also reminds me of like Skinwalker Ranch because I live so much closer to it now, and I'm like, I just want to go and like see if I can see anything.
I've been wanting to go up there. Yeah, especially after that TV show came out
Yeah,
on Hulu a few years back, and they started making it a lot bigger now, and a lot more people are watching it. Yeah, it's become a huge thing now, and I mean I don't live too far from it. I'm still like I think 3 hours away, but dude, I want to go check it out so bad. Even if I can't actually get into the ranch itself, it's like even just being there and knowing like the stories that have happened there and knowing about like all the stuff that they've been finding there the last few years and everything, like that'd be a cool experience.
yeah,
Even done by Area
Indeed.
51 with all the stuff out in that area, that'd be crazy.
yeah.
I'm only about an hour and 45 minutes away from Area 51, believe it or not.
Um,
Did you go to the rave when that happened? Did you rate it?
I wish.
um,
No, I didn't though. I was too busy.
Another
I wanted to go.
thing that so also like abandoned asylums. I actually got to go to one in um in Nebraska. We had an abandoned asylum in
Oh,
Hastings, Nebraska, and it was so creepy and like um and it was just like gutted and there was a lot of people that like had graffiti on it, but we kind of had to sneak in um and and uh it was so interesting. We had to enter from the basement and then scale up. Yeah,
Wait, what? Wait, how'd you enter from the basement? Because the basement's
So how
underground.
this worked is it was fenced off. There was 2 spots of the fence that were curled open, and all the doors are locked except for 2 windows that go into the basement. Um, and so my dad um, was shoved in there first because they're like, oh, if Brewster can go through, then both of us are 2 buddies of mine that were like skinnier than me, and they're like, okay, if he can fit in, we can fit in, and so they were like shoving me in, and like I almost fall and like hit my head. Luckily, I didn't, but it was like so creepy, man. And you could tell like they had like a straight room, like padded rooms. Like it was insane just to see like how like
insane asylum.
disturbing it was. Like going to a lot of the rooms.
Speaking of, well, and the thing with Asylum 49 or whatever the number is at the end is that used to be an actual functioning asylum.
That's crazy.
That got converted. And then also in American Fork, there's still USDC, which is a state facility. They do private ghost tours if you can get lucky enough to put on that list. And they still have part of their old asylum features up there that you can go and walk through, where they still have the chains on the walls for the old restraints and stuff.
Wow.
And I know they do ghost tours, but it's a lot more private, like have to schedule it behind the scenes type thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember when I was in Louisville, Kentucky last year, I had the opportunity to go check out the, what was it? The sanatorium that was up there. It's one of the most well-known sanatoriums in in the nation, and it was really cool because it's been hunted for a long time because hold on, sorry, it's the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what the name was, but yeah, Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Yeah. So I had the opportunity to go there last year, and it was really cool because they do tours. They do both group tours with as many people as they can fit in there, and they also do private tours overnight. Those are like $1,000 though, but you get to be there. Yeah, you get to be there for the entire night. It's actually not $1,000, by the way. It's only like $100 or whatever. But anyway, it's kind of crazy because like you go there overnight for the private tours, and you take your camera with you, you take your audio recording equipment with you, and you just kind of free roam the entire place the entire night for like 12 hours or something. It's really cool. Not 12 hours. I don't know why I said 12 hours. It's like it's not that long, but it's pretty cool. But when I went, it was really cool because we went in there, and I mean, there was like 50 people there. There were so many people, and they had to split us up into 2 separate groups. And so they started with us up at the bottom floor, and then they had the other group at the top floor, and everyone was just walking around taking pictures and stuff. And we weren't allowed to take any audio recording equipment with us, although I kind of broke the rules. I brought my little audio thing with me. I didn't record anything after a few minutes after they said no audio recording, but I did record stuff for like the first 10 minutes. So anyway, I didn't catch anything, but it was cool because this one kid, he ended up catching a picture of this weird black shadow out of nowhere. And they told us there, they said, look, if you guys are going to take a picture of something because you think you see something somewhere, make sure you take 3 pictures of that same spot, 3 pictures of the same thing, because that means if 2 of those pictures don't have something and 1 of those pictures do, that means you may have caught something. And so this kid, he took 3 pictures of this corner because he saw something weird, and there was red lights above us. We were down in the main floor, like down at the bottom, right past the main doors. And in this corner, there was this story of this maid or this nurse that used to work there a long time ago. And apparently she died. I don't remember how or why, but she died there somehow, and she still haunts the place anyway. And so this kid ended up catching a picture, and this figure looked exactly like a nurse from like the 1900s, dude. It was so crazy. like the whole gown and everything. And she was standing in this corner in this like darker red corner, and it was just this black figure. And you could just tell that it looked like a nurse almost. It was the weirdest thing, but it was a cool experience overall. It was only like 2 hours long, but it was still really fun.
It's the experiences like this is why people love haunted house attractions. Like it's the real, the thrill and the excitement of the real ones that may or may not, like, you get something out of it that make people want to go through the for sure fake ones to just get a little bit of that adrenaline, a little bit of that excitement.
Yep.
All the fun stuff. So if you want to check out more of How the Blank, please subscribe to our YouTube and hit the bell for every notification every time we get a new episode up. Also, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. And don't forget.
And if you want to keep up to date with all of our new things, make sure to subscribe to our newsletter on our website.
Yeah. To get more information about what we are doing weekly, check us out on whattheblank.org and check out all of our social media.